Welcome to Low Elo Layover. My name is Jay, also known as J. Cole, and this is Cole. So a little
Also
bit about
known as Colors.
yeah, colors. Little known about myself. Gold 2 peak. I'm high elo. Gold 2 NA is like what? 300
That's
LP
like,
EU.
nah, it's like Challenger on Turkey
Oh,
Super Server.
yeah, Turkey's fucking super server. I'm scared to go there. I'm 23, just turned. Been playing League for about a year and a half. I'd say this is like my first real season. Last season was pretty troll. Ended gold 2 on one of my accounts. Got about 19 of those, all hand leveled. All hand leveled accounts. I play a lot of Hecarim, Diana. Probably shit on you, so with one of those two champions, that's why you're here watching this. If not, it is what it is. This is Cole. Who does Cole play?
Uh, well, first of all, my name is Cole. I'm also 23. I first started playing League of Legends when I was like 16 years old. I think it was like season 5 or season 6. I played for like 6 months. I never really played ranked, mostly just played normal games with some friends. And then a couple years later, I came back to the game about a year and a half ago, season 11. I've kind of had an identity crisis when it comes to League. I feel like sometimes I'm like a top laner, then other times I'm like, nah, fuck this, I just want to play support. And then other times I'm mid lane. So kind of still trying to figure out my identity when it comes to League. I feel like I can't really ever make a big decision on who I play. But currently I've been playing a lot of Fizz, and then I've been trying to bring Tom Kench to the mid lane too.
Happy
Playing some
Chimes.
Tom Kench, man.
Doing the Happy Chimes video.
Yeah.
But, oh,
Peak also gold too.
forgot
But
to mention,
yeah.
I'm a 4-role gold player. Top lane, I played Fiora. Jungle is Diana Hecarim. Mid was Yone and Akshan. And then ADC was Samira. One trick. No fucking support. Can't play support. I don't trust the fucking idiots.
His brain goes out the window when he plays support too.
True,
Let's not
true.
forget that.
Roam. Just roam. Tyler one shot.
You know the win rate's going straight down the hole when Jagan's playing support.
The thing is, when I lock in the set support, you know the game is either won or hard lost. We're either out at 15 or we're winning at 15. So it goes one of two ways. That's the reason why we're in low elo.
Yeah.
You watching this video, you are most likely in low elo too. But hey, so it's 87% of the people are in low elo. I don't go fuck with the big streamers and shit, bro. Are you ever gonna be in their game realistically? No, maybe. It's the goal. It's the goal. That's why it's a layover. We're not here forever.
Yeah, just for part time.
We just got new accounts. When I say got, I mean hand leveled. We hand leveled some new accounts. They haven't been going the best. But let's see here. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Alright, so this is my account. I've been playing Diana, a couple Belvac game, Mord game. Fucking don't even ask about this Ramus game. Don't even fucking ask. This game was fucked.
Best game.
This is Cole's account. We've been playing Mount.
What are we, 4-4?
I think so, something like that. 4-4. This was our bot game a month ago when we hand leveled these accounts.
Yeah.
But it's just a little something. We're doing with the podcast. See how it's gonna go with everything like that. But
gold what? Goals to what? Get to platinum on these accounts?
Hey, if we can get out of the layover, if we can get on the next jet, cruise into plat, that'd be pretty nice. It'd be pretty nice.
I think it's easily doable. We just need to not go through a fucking tilt fest and lose like 10 in a row playing random shit.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
That's what happened last. What was that? Last year we had 2 other accounts, and we were on the LAN server. We actually
super server.
Yeah, we actually transferred to LAN and got the gold 2 on there, and then just went straight downhill. Thought we were gonna make it to plat on there, but the LAN players don't really like it when NA players come to LAN. I'll tell you that much.
No, and if they know you are duoed, you are getting ran down.
Yeah.
You are getting ran down. You are not allowed to have friends on the LAN server. You cannot know anyone in real life. Cannot be associated with anyone that plays League of Legends. You are the sole League of Legends player. If you do it with someone, you are fucked. Put it to you that way. If we're talking in low elo terms, we're gonna say, okay, if you're duoed with someone, you're getting Blitzcrank jungle locked in.
Yeah.
But low elo in itself is like the lifestyle that we live. You know, the fucking carefree plays. You just fucking send it. You kind of make decisions. You're like, oh, I maybe shouldn't have gone for that. But in the end of the day, you want to clip that shit. You know what I mean? You want to clip it. So.
Yeah, you might have got a triple kill, but then you're the last alive and the game's over. So.
But you still got a triple kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you still got a triple kill though. That was lit.
Another thing I want to talk about that's commonly discussed is LP gains in low elo. People complaining about minus 17 plus 13, minus 18 plus 12. I've seen on my own accounts minus 19 plus 11. That was a very, very dark time. Very dark time for those LP gains. That's when I got into hand leveling accounts. I want to say sometime around there. What are your thoughts on the LP situation in low elo?
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. My main account, the one I had from when I was 16, I still have it, and I actually played a couple of games on there today to try to do the placements on it, and it started me off in bronze 4. And when a lot of people don't think, like a lot of high elo players, when they think of like bronze compared to gold, they're like, oh, it's all the same thing. They're both low elo. But bro, bronze compared to gold is 2 completely different beans, dude. People in bronze have no idea what's going on. Like, I think I have no idea what's going on. Dude, they seriously have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, no, you.
But
the thing is,
I think once that count gets out of placements, I think it will be probably the same thing. Probably like plus 12.
Yeah, that's not fun. It's not fun. But those are the type of things, when you're getting those LP gains, you're not really thinking, I want to say, because you see it as such like a insurmountable mountain to climb. You're like, fuck, well, if I lose 2 games, I have to win 3 just to be in the same spot. And in reality, you're trying as hard as you can to win those games, but you have a 0 and 14 ADC that's literally typing and spamming the bait ping, which in low elo is also known as the do the thing to yourself ping. We kind of take that serious. We don't dabble in that department, but we see it. We see it. We for sure see it. Yep.
Yeah. I think because I want to get my main account up to gold at least, so at least I can have that badge. Like last season, he was at least gold. But I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to bring it all the way from bronze 4 up to gold. Maybe that's another goal I'll have for myself in this first. What are they calling it? The first
Split.
part of the season.
Split.
Yeah, the first split. Maybe I'll try to see if I can get my main account back up to gold as well, just so I can have that emblem on there.
I'm also excited about the new split concept. How the season's broken up into 2 separate. It definitely feels like about halfway through the season, if you're kind of where you're aiming to be, you're just not playing with a purpose. And people will go on games, they'll be at their 600th, 700th game, and they're just they don't give a fuck. They already got gold, or they already got their silver rank that they wanted when they started the season. So for the second half of the season, no one gives a fuck. No one cares about winning. No one actually wants to win. And that's the thing. So now they split it in half. So halfway through the year, where everyone's going to be hopefully where they want to be, they have to start again. But they have that MMR of where they are, where they want to be, at that rank.
Yep. I mean, that's what I noticed. The same thing with I also have like 20 accounts. Is like
all
when all hand leveled.
Shout out
is
Helen
that
Long.
Yeah.
Shout out
once
Helen Long. Yep.
Once I get to the point where my LP gains are about even, like plus 15, minus 14, or like whatever, or plus 16, minus 14, I start to lose interest in that account, so to speak, and I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna hand level another account.
Yeah.
But at least with the split, you'll have a second chance to place and improve your MMR and LP gains. I think so. That'll be nice.
Yeah, for sure. I think this whole split concept's gonna be really sick. It'll hopefully keep things more competitive and people actually want to win. That's something I also see in a lot of low elo games is, and we say low elo, we're gonna say low elo a lot. I know a lot of high elo players say just low elo, low elo, low elo. But we together, you watching, you are most likely 87% in low elo as well. So we're not excluding ourselves from the low elo pool because we're in your games. So you might see us. But I feel like the perspective on solo queue is kind of a back and forth thing with people. If say people think that the game is over within the first 3 minutes, myself included, but that's not a good thing, you know. Say you have a Caitlyn ADC, and she's into a Samira, and she dies level 2. You're like, okay, man. Oh, I already see how this game is gonna start, and it just starts fucking eating at your head a little bit. And if I'm clearing the jungle, and by the time I'm at I'm path and bot, if I'm at my Raptors and my ADC dies, my clear's fucked. I have to play for Scuttle. They're gonna have a shove lane. They're not gonna be able to roam the Scuttle. They're not gonna be able to help with shit like that. So it's like so easy to tilt because you're like, Samira's 1 kill. My fucking ADC is mentally not all there, so to say. She is not a human being, another popular term. She is an AI. And what are your thoughts about the game, thinking that the game is over within the first few minutes?
I mean, I feel like a lot of, like, if you watch like skill cap videos or like whatever Mobiletics videos or whatever, they're gonna be like, you can't control the other people, or like you have to take it into your own hands to like 1v9 every game if you want to climb out of low elo. That's basically the message that's like told to you. But a lot of people understand there is that 10 to 20% of games that literally, even if you were a challenger player, you cannot win.
Yeah.
So you have to just accept that and move forward, and maybe push your limits a little bit that game. See if you can, what is it?
Get that clip. You
limit
get the clip.
Yeah, or just limit testing.
Yep.
You know, use that. You're gonna lose that LP anyway, so might as well limit it test a little bit. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, because I have a problem with tilting if my teammates start doing bad, and then I just play worse. But if I can actually just try to be like, all right, well, this game's already lost, so might as well just learn from it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a better attitude to have.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing I've been doing is kind of seeing it as like a joke. Say I'm clearing, first clear, just started, got path and bot, path bot here and there, path top, either or. Your path and bot, your support, and your ADC both die. You're like, well, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? See, I'm starting to see that as like a joke. Like, it's like these guys are probably so mad in real life right now that if I get mad, then there's going to be 3 mad people, and my top is probably mad because his bot just died level 2. My mid's probably mad, so there's going to be 5 mad people. I'm sitting there laughing at these kids for being so shot out that they're dead at level 2. Like,
well, you're the jungler, so you shouldn't care about that at all.
I just think it's
jungler.
Funny.
It's never the jungler's fault. It's never the jungler's fault.
Yeah, never jungle gap. But,
never.
And then I see it like that, and then I also see it like a test. You know what I mean? It makes you stronger because now you have to play from behind. So in those games where your bot lane doesn't die at level 2,
yeah,
you're more situated because you're like, well, last game my bot lane died at level 2, so fucking so far so good.
Honestly, you want to like my opinion on something?
Huh?
I feel like I honestly sub 20 minutes. I feel like I like playing from behind rather than ahead, because I feel like in 80% of my games, the team that is winning sub 20 minutes, if the game goes longer than 20 minutes, ends up losing that game.
They troll. Yeah, they troll. They fucking troll the game.
So if I'm down a little bit, not like super bad, but like if I'm down bad just a little bit, I have like a better feeling about the game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. I as a jungler, I try not to be down, because usually when I go behind sub 20 minutes, it's I'm losing farm, I'm getting invaded, I can't go for objectives. But I can understand where you're coming from in that sense, that it gives you like something to work forward. And not only that, well, the other team
what I was gonna say,
gets too cocky because they're
that's what I was gonna say. If like when I'm playing mid, for example, and I'll say like in a Malzahar game, I'm 0-2 in a lane versus a Talon. The Talon's up 2-0. So Talon's mind's like, yo, I'm gonna fucking roam and go kill everybody. This Malzahar shit, he's gonna sit in lane. Meanwhile, I'm soaking up all the XP and farm. Fast forward about 10 minutes later, I'm like 3 levels up on the Talon, who was 2-0 to begin with. So I feel like that's another thing that happens in low elo. People get a little lead, and then they start fucking up their macro instead of still continuing to farm.
Yep.
Yeah.
They started falling behind in levels. I definitely see that a lot with a lot of roam heavy mid laners. Even when they invade me in the jungle, say I have a Syndra mid, and I'm going against a Udyr Ahri. The Ahri roams to my jungle with the Udyr.
She
They
dies.
kill me, or she dies. That would be even better.
Yeah.
She dies. She loses the XP from roaming, and then my mid laner can push. Plus, I have this more of a scaling mid laner, anyways. So that scaling mid laner is starting to grow the lead just from the roam alone, with XP trying to help his jungler that I'm gonna gap anyways. So it's like it goes both ways too, because if I make a risky play and I need my mid laner to come with me, then my mid laner's forced to lose XP and come and help, or they stay and I die, which is the consequence of my own action. But
Yep. Yeah, I definitely see that happens a lot to me, and that's something else I'm focusing on is not roam. Like, yes, roam if it's necessary in the mid lane, but not just roam for no reason and make sure your waves are always pushed.
oh yeah, for sure.
Should we get into the patch notes for this patch?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that now. I still want to talk about a few other things afterwards. Let me see here. Oh, that's the fucking music. As you can see, this is pretty scuffed. This is the first
Work in
episode.
progress.
It's definitely a work in progress. All right, so I want to touch on things more. I'll touch on the jungle things, and you can touch on the laning champions. First, I want to talk about Lee Sin buff. I went against a Lee Sin last night. That motherfucker does not need to be buffed. His E slows more. It's disgusting. His this Kayn buff is atrocious. It is probably one of the strongest buffs that's happened in the last 6 months, besides the reworks, the famous fucking reworks. Olaf, Talia, that kind of thing. He's getting 5% more passive AD. His non-Q damage, you ready for this, is 15% bonus AD scaling. His Q damage. So when you're playing
Wait, that's 13.3.
That's the patch that's coming out on Thursday.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. And
oh, no way.
So Kayn's Q damage.
I was looking at 13.2. That explains why I'm low elo.
But the Q damage now out of blue is going to be so absurd. I guess it's kind of meant. I don't even know why, because if you want to go Zac or Udyr or McCoy, if blue Kayn doesn't get a lead, it's not gonna be able to affect. Now this is probably my favorite buff on this patch. Trundle's dance emote now scales with movement speed, so he can now twerk faster the more movement speed he has. W cooldown, that's a pretty significant early buff, 2 seconds. It's pretty decent. Let me see. Amumu, thank God that champion is nerfed. Amumu is disgusting. The CC, the damage. I have a pentakill on Amumu, pre-buff, pre-season 13 items. That champion needs a nerf so unbelievably bad. Zac nerfs, not enough. Yeah. They need to take Zac as a champion and literally throw him away. Him in one hand, and I'll say 80 Prowler's Claw Udyr in the other, and they need to, like, I don't fucking know, like, just twerk him or something.
They're reduced. Then another thing with the Zac nerf is that they're also changing Radiant Virtue. I saw.
Yep. I'm gonna touch on that some as well. The early jungle ganks. Now this is a good thing for me because I like the full clear. I don't like the gank early. I think farming in the jungle is guaranteed gold. If you can get yourself guaranteed gold, obviously you have to gank. Obviously you need a pressure lanes. You need to get objectives. But off of cooldown, your jungle is free fucking gold. It's free. And now they're making treat gold. You get more treat gold with a 10-second cooldown. So from 30 to 20. So that means every 20 seconds now, you can get it. That's 3 times a minute compared to twice a minute. And then the XP from large jungle monsters. More from your red buff. More from your blue buff. You're getting that early XP. So that's going to push you ahead, say, against, if you're full clearing against someone that wants to red to bot gank. Or red Raptors Krugs bot. It helps you there because you know, I think that's an intentional nerf to some of the stronger champions right now, like Elise, like fucking, I don't know why they buffed Lee Sin. Lee Sin's one of them. The fucking 3 camp to bot. Just clear your bot quadrant and go bot lane, and you win the game. So I like that they did that. I also like how they changed the stealth ward trinkets. They reduced the cooldown on them, so you can protect your jungle a little bit better level 1. And let me see, Umbreal Glaive. I don't really play any champions that use Umbreal Glaive. I'm glad it got nerfed. It was pretty much out of the meta already. I don't see this nerf being anything worth it. Radiant Virtue. Zac, Amumu. I don't even know if Amumu still builds it. A few other jungle champs build Radiant Virtue. It is so fucking cringe to go against. It is so cringe to go against. And then we also have the price going up, the cooldown going up, the max HP going up. Wow, that's sick. The healing going up. Wow, that is sick. Let's do that, Riot Games. Sounds like a good idea. 200 gold. You want 5% more max HP? Skirt. You want 4% max HP more healing? Skirt. This is like, I can't discuss right now about that. Ability haste Aurora removed. Healing no longer scales with missing health. I like those kind of things. The ability haste Aurora, that's the passive that it gives your teammates, correct? Whenever it procs.
Yeah.
I also saw something that they're in the works of making Radiant Virtue an active item. I don't know if they've already done it or not. Really? They want to make it an active item rather than a passively activated item. And then Tenacity, it's, I mean, not the best. They stack whatever together. Low Elo, I don't know what the fuck that means. It says general nerf to Tenacity stacking. I run Tenacity and Hecarim, and I go, if I run Phase Rush Tree, I run the Phase Rush Tree. I go Conqueror, Triumph, whatever, one of them, Coup de Grace. That's if I'm running Conqueror. And then secondary tree, I usually go, if I'm not running Conqueror, secondary tree, I usually go Triumph Tenacity. And this could actually push me away from running Triumph Tree second, and then I can run Treasure Hunter, Eyeball Collection, or Ingenious Hunter for the cooldown reduction on my Manamune. But, alright, you want to touch on some of these?
Yeah, I also wanted to touch on, from a laner's perspective, so in the early jungle ganks. So, Elise has been really popular lately. I mean, in low elo, most low elo Elises are shit. True. But every once in a while you'll run into a really good one. And she's a very big dive heavy champ early. But, you know, the tower damage is being increased by 20 based on 0 to 14 minutes. So that's going to help out a little bit if you can maybe get a slow off on her or stun on her if she messes up her, I don't know what ability it is, but the ability where she jumps up like a spider and jumps on you. Her E.
Version of her E, yep.
Yeah. So the tower shots increase could help with that for sure. Another huge thing that I see is the huge Annie buff. Did you see that?
I did not see that on my patch.
So Annie is getting a massive buff. So her stun is now primed on game start and respawn. Whenever you respawn and game start.
It's kind of like MF's W passive, how they changed that to where every time she spawns or bases, the W's are automatically procced.
Yeah, and it's nice because I found myself when I played Annie, like when you're running back to lane, sometimes you're just throwing out random W's and E's to try to get your passive proc before you get back to lane. So that's huge. Another thing is they added AP ratios to Tibbers. So Tibbers is now going to have an AP ratio, which is freaking insane. So Tibbers is going to be hitting for fat amount. Also, they're increasing the AP ratio for any shield. So if someone hits you with that shield, they're gonna and it's gonna do more damage because you do damage.
Yeah, do damage and reflects it. Yep.
So yeah, a lot of big, huge Annie changes for sure.
What do you think about the Kale buffs? Do you think that'll make Kale more viable?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think Kale was way overhauled last season, and she was way too broken for a long time, and then they totally dumpstered her. So I think it would probably bring her back to a more even standpoint right now, because I think in low elo her win rate's below 50. I think it's like 48, 49%.
But she's getting I think that 2% passive speed too for the kiting.
Yeah, that's gonna be big. Even though people in low elo can't kite. But...
True.
Passive, yeah, the passive on hit AP rate. So it looks like they just buffed AP Kale more than AD, but AP Kale's better anyway.
Yeah. And also, let me see. I pulled it up here on my second monitor. What do you think about LeBlanc buffs? You excited to go against some more LeBlancs?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with LeBlanc, dude. As like you barely run into him, but when you do, I feel like they're insane.
Mm-hmm. The low elo.
Oh yeah.
ATPs.
I mean, it's mana regain. It's all mana, right? All her shit's just mana reduced. So her mana's coming down
Her
to
ult
50
cooldown
flat
10
on
seconds
Kia.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
She'll just be able to burst more often rather than having to save her burst.
What do you think? I don't know if you can see it on your side. The Alistar buffs are pretty fucking absurd, in my opinion.
I love playing Alistar.
The healing on Alistar is he's gonna be like a Tark. It's gonna be an absurd amount of healing. You might see some of those bands coming out more. I saw Braum, a little Braum, not touch up. Pike got buffed his E damage, I believe. What about?
Yeah, looks like they're trying to beef up the tank supports because enchanters have been meta for so long.
So fucking long.
Yeah, I'm happy that they're trying to bring Cassidy down a little bit from how he has been.
He needs it.
I perma-ban Cassidy. I ban Cassidy in every single game. So.
Yeah, that Cassidy nerf might open you up to being able to ban a few other people. Maybe me with the Zac nerf as well. I might be able to ban more of the Mordekaiser, the champion that isolates you, takes you out of team fights instantly. That's one thing I used to permanently ban Mord because I see myself as a carry jungler, and if Mord ults me, I can't carry because I'm not in the fight.
What was the Cassidy nerf again? Was it his E? That was
E
like
cooldown. E cooldown refresh by 0.25 seconds. E damage, 20 reduction, and his ult 10 reduction. His stacks has also got nerfed with his ult. Cassante nerfs, I definitely enjoy that. What do you think?
I haven't really seen that much. I haven't really seen that many Cassante since they nerfed him a couple of patches ago again too. So I think they're just really trying to bring him out because the people that know how to play him play him really fucking good.
Yeah, it's fucking scary. Besides that, what do you think? I want to hear your thoughts on the early jungle gank nerfs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's awesome because I tend to play scaling mid laners more than anything, so I'm weaker in the early game. So I don't know, I like it. And then for you, having you as my duo, especially, you're not really an early ganking jungler, so I feel like it's gonna put you at a bigger advantage. So in the end of the day, it's gonna put me at a bigger advantage.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully everything works out in that sense. Besides that, let me see here. I'm just looking over the patch notes.
Yeah, I'm excited for that Annie that's gonna be huge for Annie. I might start playing some more Annie.
Now, in terms of how this patch actually affects us, it makes some of the more meta champions weaker, but it could also bring a couple champions into the meta. It helps low elo jungle. It makes the person that prefers to gank early weaker. Now I'm gonna ask you this: what do you think should have been buffed and nerfed?
Okay, let me.
In terms of what I think, what we go against.
What we go against. I think what should have been nerfed is I think there should be more Udyr nerfs. I still, even though that they nerfed Demonic Embrace for melee champs a little bit, I think it's still overtuned as fuck. And I mean, to a certain point, I think AD Udyr is somewhat doable to kill because I mean he's not super tanky, but AP Bruiser Udyr is still way too broken.
The healing, all of it.
Yeah, so I think Udyr still needs a nerf, in my opinion. As far as a buff right now, I want to see more buffs to Corki. I want to see some Corki buffs, bruh. Even though Corki's mainly played in higher elo, I love Corki. I've been playing some Corki. I'd like to see Corki come back to the meta a little bit, maybe spruce him up a little bit. Because again, cool last year he got dumpstered too, so he's been like C tier for a year now. So I'd like to see some more Corki buffs. What about you?
Nerf. I mean, in low elo, what I go against, what I seem to struggle against is I think they should put the bot laners put handcuffs on the bot laners and throw them in a fucking cage around the CS until at least 10 minutes. Besides that, maybe I want to see some nerfs on the roaming supports. I feel like I've seen a lot of supports that literally just leave their fucking lane to go do some
AP switch.
Yeah, some insane invades on me for no reason. They get the vision down in my jungle. They help with the invades. I think maybe something catered towards the more roaming supports, like the Threshes, the Nautilus. They buffed Nautilus. They kind of neutral changed Thresh. They buffed Pike. See, those are things I personally don't like to hear. But the Alistar, I hope I don't have to go against that. I might start banning that if it gets overpicked. Buffed.
Who do you want to see buffed?
Obviously,
Hecarim
Hecarim
buff?
and Diana. I think they are.
Diana's busted right now, dude.
But a lot of the high elo people aren't picking Diana anymore after the demonic nerfs. I know Dantes, someone I watch, Challenger jungler. He stopped picking Diana. I believe Tarzan stopped picking Diana as well. It still seems to affect more of the casual Diana player more than it affects me. I think Diana is pretty strong right now, but I also think she's not overpowered, I want to say, like Zac, Udyr, or Mumu, the super tank junglers. I would like...
Well, if I could touch on a point, I think that, at least with Diana, you have to know your limits. You have to know when to take a fight, when to not. The thing that makes a Mumu, Zac, Udyr fucking broken, you don't have to fucking know your limits. You just fucking try it.
Just go ahead.
Just fucking go try.
You're gonna
it doesn't matter.
90% of the time.
Yeah, so I think that's the main thing, and it's again to teach. I mean, I'm sounding like I'm on high elo or so much I'm not, but I think another big thing and reason for that is having champs like that make people stay in low elo for longer because they're just gonna keep fighting like it's a team deathmatch. You're not gonna learn your fucking. It's not helping low elo out by having champs like that because people won't never actually learn the game and how to properly play it.
True, I agree. And then they will take those same limits. Say you have an Udyr on your team that doesn't know his limits and he wins fights that game. Say he's against the fucking, I don't even know what. Let me think of a jungler that is pretty weak right now, but it's still played like a Master Yi. Master Yi can get strong if it snowballs, obviously. But like a mid-tier Master Yi, say this Udyr goes into the Master Yi and he's like, oh my god, I'm a demon. I'm gonna fuck this dude up. The next game he's gonna take those same thoughts. Oh, well, I just fucked this guy up. I don't even know how I did it, but I did it. And he's gonna fucking run your game down.
Yeah.
Because he's not necessarily not learning, but it's like a autopiloted learning. It's not a conscious learning.
You're not making conscious decisions.
Yeah. Actual buffs I would like to see though, I think that I think they should buff counter jungling again. I think they made counter jungling too weak, pushing your lead too weak when you're jungling. I see it now, counter jungling. I see counter jungling more as if there's someone to help. If they have a support to help them invade, or if they have a top to help them invade, it's more worth it. And that's how they punish people, obviously, with the roaming top laners, roaming supports. That's a way you still counter jungle and you still get ahead, and people still do it to me. Like I said, the supports, the roaming supports helping. But at the same time, I think that me being 100 CS up, 5 kills up on the enemy jungler, and only being up a level and a half because I get whatever it is, 80% XP from his camps in comparison.
That's so stupid. It should be the same.
Yep.
It should be the same. There's no reason why it shouldn't be the same. That's what I think should be buffed, is the XP gains on enemy jungle camps. I actually have another buff, or more of a change more than anything. I want to see Fizz's. I've heard it being discussed before. I want to see Fizz's passive reworked, because Fizz's passive is pointless.
That's his magic resist?
Yeah, you get a 1% AP ratio magic resist, and you're ghosted.
Huh.
So it's literally like pointless, kind of.
I feel like a good buff for that could be taking off the magic resist and maybe adding a small movement speed increase, so he's faster
with AP ratio. Yeah, AP ratio movement speed.
Yeah.
Or ability haste, some sort of ability haste.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're so E reliant on Fizz. I also play a lot of Fizz. I think I know I'm like all over the place, but my 3 most played champions is probably Fizz, Tom Kench, and Garen.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fizzer.
What are your 3 probably? What?
I would
Diana,
definitely say Diana,
Samira,
like 700k mastery, or around 750. On
Diana, Samira, and Hecarim.
Samira, yeah, I played a lot of Samira bot lane. I played a lot of bot lane. I probably have 200 games on Samira, and then Hecarim I probably have about 150 now. Diana, I would say I have like 1,000, if not more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played a lot of Diana, and I actually didn't play her when she was meta. I played her before meta, and I stopped playing her when she was meta. I was playing bot lane. Not ideal, but had to get the
your
4
Vayne arc.
gold. Yeah, I played Vayne. That was absolutely atrocious. 27% win rate over like 32 games. That champion will never be locked in again by me. I wanna touch on that as well. What is a champion that when you see it locked in on your team, you assume you're gonna lose, and when you see it locked in on the enemy team, you assume you're gonna win?
Right now, I'm trying to think of right now. Before the item changes and stuff, I would have said Ezreal.
Ezreal.
But Ezreal's pretty good right now. I've seen a lot of good Ezreals. So let me think about that, honestly.
Okay, I can touch on it, and we can come back to you. Ivern, you think, yeah, a lot of low elo Iverns don't really know what they're doing, how to play, how to land the CC, the shields, everything like that. I would say mine is more of like a coin flip. When they're on my team, I think I'm going to lose, and when they're on the enemy team, I think I'm going to win, or I think I'm going to lose as well. So if they're drafted on either team, I see them as being strong on the enemy team, but weak on my team, and that's Singed. Every time I go against a fucking Singed on the enemy team, he has 10 stacks on Darksteel, 3 items. My top laner is 0 and 11. And every time I have a Singed on my team, bro, help me proxy, bro, please, bro. Oh my god, jungle gap. You're running down your games. Stop locking in Singed, bro. Stop, just stop.
Unless you're one trick.
Yeah, even then, if you hit my game, you're fucked. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna target hit the fuck out of you. What do you think? We're gonna hop back to you.
Yeah, Cinch is a really good one. I would say honestly, I don't know. So many people I think this is controversial with a lot of people, but I think Talia's shit. I think Talia is a horrible champion. I mean in low elo I'm talking about low elo.
I think
people don't know how to play her on low elo.
I think she's out of it for sure.
I think I love playing against her mid lane because I just shit on her. Yeah, I would say Talia.
Talia's pretty good.
Ivern, Talia, Yumi now, honestly.
Yeah, Yumi. It's a Yumi nurse. Now I'm gonna ask you this: what do you think the hardest champion in the game is to kill, and what do you think the easiest champion in the game is to kill?
Hardest champ in the game to kill, I would say Zac.
I would agree with that. I would say Zac. Maybe AP Udyr is very, very fucking hard to kill.
Or Shaco.
Shaco, it can go either way. They could have no idea what they're doing and you just one-shot them. I would say, for me, I think I would agree with you on your hardest champs. Easiest champs, I want to say it's got to be one of the squishy ADCs, maybe like a Lux. Even though Lux is pretty annoying to go against, she's pretty easy to one-shot.
Say Ashe.
Ashe is really, really easy kills too. As long as she's not fed and kiting you, because your bot lane went 0 and 14 in the first 7 minutes. But yeah, it's just stuff like that. Quinn, yeah. Quinn's easy to abuse. Quinn is definitely easy to abuse. So we're gonna kind of wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up with what is like our goals on the season. I want to say plat would be cool. I'm going to try. Obviously, we're going to try to win. The season started. We still have another split following this one. Plat would be pretty cool. Is it out of reach? As of now, I would say yes. But there's something you work towards.
I don't think it's out of reach. I think it's right there, right in front of me. I actually can't tell you how many counts I've gotten to gold 2 on almost gold 1. I think I think the biggest thing is just not mental booming. Yeah. Going on that couple lost streak and just running it down like I have a habit of doing. I think that we could easily do it on these new accounts. So if you're watching this right now and You play with us in a game. Give us your LP.
Give us
Now,
your LP or help us get OP. One of the two.
My goal is for us on those 2 accounts to get to platinum by the end of this. Not the end of the season, the end of the first split.
And
So
the first
that's
split,
my
that
goal.
would be very nice. We'd have to adjust the profile banner to include the plat helmet and the low elo. Plat, I want to say plat is kind of in between. Personally, I think it's more of a low, mid, high. A lot of people say diamond is high elo. You're getting into high elo. I don't think high elo starts until you're 0 LP master, because that is when you are flat out at 0 LP and you work your way up in the high elo. I think that is the limit for high elo is masters. I know you can play pro play if you're diamond 2 and solo queue, but I think plat and all the way up to diamond 1 is mid elo. I don't want to say it's low elo, but I think it's pretty mid elo.
I was gonna say I agree with the 3 split. I think bronze, silver, and gold is low elo. I'm not even consider iron. I'm not even gonna consider iron.
Come on, we got some iron viewers, dog. Iron.
Iron is full of trolls, bro. You can ask anyone iron. If you're iron and you're watching this video, you know it's not a real thing. It's a fake fucking thing.
I will say, and I'll touch on that. A lot of people say they're low elo because of their teammates. If you are low elo in iron, it is because of your teammates. Or you are the teammate and you need to reevaluate and decide what video game you want to try instead. Because the League of Legends is not for you.
I would say for mid elo, I would say plat. So plat 4 to plat 1. I mean plat 4 to diamond 1. I would consider diamond 1 high elo because so many people fluctuate from diamond 1 and masters like on a daily basis.
Yeah. Now I want to bring up the goals with the podcast necessarily. I would say one of the goals is just to get people to listen, to interact. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, leave a comment, leave a fucking subscribe, do something. If you want, we're gonna try to get some people on here, some low elo streamers and content creators on the podcast so we can talk to them about what they think about low elo. If you have any content creators that you know, or if you are a content creator and you want to get on the podcast, shoot us a DM on here on TikTok. I believe we have Instagram as well. I just started an Instagram account for us. No Twitter, nothing like that. I'm not trying to see no X pics on Twit, but Twitter's full of a lot of twerking on Twitter. What do you think one of the goals should be for the podcast?
I just want to connect with people that we play with in games. Hopefully that we can get some people to look us up through our names on League, and maybe leave some cool comments, some not so cool comments. I don't care. Any comments fine with me.
People are definitely definitely gonna be some hate comments on there.
I don't care. It's funny for me.
We beat or we lost against. Before anyone says it, I know I'm fat. My face is fat. I drink soda and I eat yummy fucking food and I play League of Legends all day. So I know you can comment. Oh my god, I fell through the floor. Look up the video. Fat kid falls through floor. That is me. Also, scheduling wise, I want to try to release our episodes every Wednesday. I believe the teasers to the patches come out on Tuesdays. So we either film Tuesday night or Wednesday. I work a fucking full-time job. He's a money laundering real estate agent that fucking, I don't even know. He doesn't have to work like I do, and has more money than me.
But my mental is not good. That's why I mental boom.
The mental stack is overloaded. But yeah, we hopefully post episodes every Wednesday. We talk about the patch and everything. And I think that wraps it up for the first episode. It's kind of short today. We didn't really have that much topics to talk about. Just wanted to basically discuss who we are, what the podcast is, what we think about certain things. Anything you want to say to close it out?
No, not really. No, I mean you kind of covered everything, but it's been fun, and we'll see you guys next week. And maybe next week we'll have we'll add some clips of gameplay from the last week in there.
Yeah, like the video, subscribe, follow us on TikTok. I gotta start posting on TikTok. We're both gonna be actively posting on TikTok. TikTok is at Low Elo Layover. It's spelled just like the YouTube channel. Instagram spelled the same way. If you want to get in contact with us, I showed my account name in the beginning. You can DM us on YouTube, add us on our accounts. We'll add you back, obviously, and then we'll probably gap you in your next game. But besides that, I'm all set. You all set?
I'm
We're all
set.
good?
Yeah,
All right.
we're all good.
Catch you in the next one.